2021, council members, department heads, and the public. I'd like to welcome you to our caucus for the November 8th, 2021 City Council meeting. Caucus is used generally to review the, I just lost everything here.
We still see you, so.
Well, my condolences.
Caucus is the legal time for us to meet and discuss items on the agenda without breaking open meetings laws. So, Cliff Notes version.
Let's see if I can rejoin this. Here we go. Okay, getting back to the agenda, this is where we discuss the individual agenda items for debate and then eventually for a vote at the regular meeting. Approval of minutes and controller reports are usually administrative. Going with communications from division and department heads. Item number 2 from the city clerk, requesting the city council approval of a bingo inspector, Susan Brockenshire of 146 Millhurst Road, Lackawanna. It pays $1,500 a year. The term to expire December 31st, 2024. Anyone have any questions or comments on that item? Moving to item number 3 from the city attorney, requests city council approve the attached easement regarding Gardenville Dunkirk 141-142 transmission rebuild project. Complete agreement is at city clerk's office. Anyone have any comments or questions? All right, item number 4, again from the city attorney, request city council approval and to authorize the mayor to sign attached agreement between city of Lackawanna and the unified court system. Complete agreement on file, city clerk's office. I believe this is to rent physical space for the courts. Anyone have any comments or questions on that? Item number 5 from Department of Public Works Commissioner, Mr. DeSantis, requests city council approve attached ordinance approving purchase of 1795 gallon totes in the amount of $9,890.90. Significant per item increase in costs. On that, anyone have any comments or questions?
I just have one. Tony, why the specific number of 117?
That's the minimum we could order.
Oh, okay.
You know, that's the minimum you could order. So this year, the totes we charged $55. It came out to $55. Everything went up. So it's an average of, I believe, $85 a tote now. So the question was to the council and administration, if you want to keep, when we sell them, do we want to keep them at the 55 or do we increase it to 85? I'm just bringing that up to see what everybody wants to do, and whatever everybody decides, that's what we'll do.
Well, it was never a moneymaker in my view. It was just, we paid $55, and if someone had a large family, or someone like me who, when I was married, we had, if we want to entertain, and Thanksgiving had an extra couple bags of garbage, we would, we purchased a second one, but we purchased it at cost of what the city was, paid for it. And I don't think the city should take a loss. If someone wants to buy a second tote and it costs $85, then we should charge them $85. Again, we're not making money off them, but we shouldn't lose money either. Just my view.
Correct. We are not losing. We're not making any money off of it. So that's the reason I brought it up, because it did go up for the city. It did go up $30 a tote. It's charging us with delivery and everything. That's totally up to the lawmakers' decisions on what you guys.
I think you have to charge the $85. I don't think you can, unless you're going to give them to everybody. I think we should charge what we're billed for them. This way, it's not a gift of public funds.
So, and the other thing too is everything that we ordered in the past, we only have 3 totes that we purchased at that $55 amount. Everything now going forward will be at that $85 amount. So it's not like I'm throwing them into the mix with something we bought cheaper where the city's making money. That's not how it is. So keeping these separate, and these ones that are coming now, if you guys decide on doing that, will be sold for that price.
Yeah, I think that would be the appropriate thing to do.
No, charge, if the city gotta pay $85, everybody else gotta pay $85.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that has to be done in, through an amendment or how it has to be done. I'm not sure.
No, I think we just set the salary or the value, and we just change the paperwork. So when people want to buy that second tote, and you're only allowed 2 totes per unit, so if anyone wants a third, you can't have it. But if someone wanted that second tote, just change the paperwork. So when they go to fill it out, it doesn't say 55, it just says 85. So then we're good. I don't think it really needs legislation on it. It's just, that's the rate.
I think what he's saying, are you saying, Tony, that you still have some at $55?
Yes, we have 3 left at $55. Okay, 3 from the last shipment, which I will put aside and sell those for that cost.
Right.
And then this shipment that comes in, which probably, once you guys agree to it, and I told them to go ahead and order it, won't be here probably for 3 to 4 weeks anyway, so. And that's when we'll change the price then.
Yeah, and all the requests from your communication, Tony, is that we approve the amount of the total purchase of $9,890.90. Yeah, I don't see a problem with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyone else?
No problem.
Attached to that is the
When do
ordinance.
we bought them last year, right?
Yes, actually, we bought it. It's been less than a year. This is the first time that we went right through that 117. We went through that pretty fast. A lot of people are realizing that they could use 2, and that's with the new homes behind on Martin Road there. So, we went through a lot of them this year. Plus, we replaced the ones that are broke. So that had a lot to do with it too.
The state controller, they're auditing our garbage totes, just so everyone to know. So I'm not sure if anyone's heard anything more. I think they talked about it in June, maybe sooner. I haven't heard anything more. Has anybody heard anything more about the garbage tote audit?
I didn't hear anything recently. I do know that, and maybe Carolyn can shed some light on this. I know that one of the things they recommended, the auditors recommended, was that there be more consistency in the event that the city has to charge a homeowner for an additional pickup. And that should be consistent with whatever the landfill charges the city for extra deposits or whatever. Carolyn, you recall anything like that?
Just what you said. That's exactly it. As far as the conclusion of the audit, we still have not had an exit interview. I believe the last time I talked to the auditor was in September, but because of COVID and it's just very busy and they're getting back into the swing of things, they're a little bit behind.
Okay.
So we're just waiting for an exit interview and to sit down and see what has come of it.
Sure.
Great, thank you. Anyone else on that item? Moving on to business registrations. Anitra R. Huff, DBA Your Decoration Destination, Event Planning, Design, Decorating, 7441-C South Park Avenue. I see we have our Director of Public Safety present. And looking at the supporting paperwork, everybody, all the fire department, so on and so forth, all signed off as approving this particular business item and location. However, there was also attached to that application additional information from the owner of the building, the old Lackawanna Hotel, and that Mr. Adolph, with pictures and complaints about how some of the patrons of this particular location did not treat the public surrounding areas around the hotel, parking lot, so on and so forth. John Wolf, can you shed any light on that?
Yes, this is the same. I believe this is the same building that we did not approve the last one for because of police calls. And I did talk to Chief Packard. Chief Packard said that they did get a couple calls for some kind of gathering that was there. And the people were milling around, obviously almost identical to the last problem that we had. Now, we're not going to say that, you know, just like the last one, I would suggest if we do anything, we do this on a temporary basis and see how everything works out. And if everything goes well, then I say, obviously, no, we don't want to discourage someone from starting a business, but it kind of seems like it's, at least from the chief, that this could be happening all over again.
Can I address that a little bit too?
Sure.
Because it was, I know about the first incident, but I know that second incident, it was a funeral, it was a repast for a funeral for a gentleman that passed from First Ward. And that the police were called on those individuals, and those individuals that were sitting out there, because the young lady sent the pictures and stuff, were got just outside drinking sodas, talking, whatever. Because this incident, when that happened to those individuals, they were going to come to the council and express their concern because they felt a certain way because they were just standing outside. And some of them were a former police officer, former business people, so they felt a little, that they weren't doing nothing, but just outside talking. I'm not talking about the first incident. I'm talking about the second incident. I'm talking about the pictures. And it's been talked about. And then I saw the letter that the owner sent her. And I was a little disturbed about the letter that he sent her, you know, because she is a businesswoman and she has every right to have business during the daytime or evening just like anybody else. And his response to her wasn't that friendly.
So in your opinion, Councilman, are you saying that the complaint was not reflective of the actual facts?
Yes.
And you would support registering this business?
Yes.
Is this a new owner?
Yes.
Okay.
Director Wolf, are you still signing off on this in support?
Yes, like I said, I'll definitely, I checked off, yes, I'll support this. But as long as we can revisit this if problems do occur, and I'm guessing, not even guessing, I'm sure the council, if I come to the council 6 months down the road, 3 months down the road and say, hey, we're getting calls, all kinds of problems, all kinds of fighting or partying, and, you know, and they're not inside the building, we can address it then, if that even occurs. I want something in place just in case. It just seems like this area itself, because it's a banquet type facility, sometimes has the possibility of bringing some things that we don't want in that area or anywhere in this. So that's all.
Well, I have a question for the city clerk and the city attorney. Are we allowed to authorize a partial with stipulation business?
I don't think so. I think there's a procedure to revoke it
Right.
in the city code. You'd have to revoke it. Now,
Right.
if you wanna pass it conditionally, maybe you could do that. The initial passage could, you know, if you want to put some type of condition on there. But I think it should be made clear to them that if the problems at the previous establishment resurface at this establishment, that this council will not hesitate to revoke the approval.
Yeah, guys, and that's exactly what I'm basically asking for. So yeah, exactly what the city attorney just mentioned. As long as we can revoke it, if it becomes a problem. It probably won't be a problem and we'll be fine.
Well, there's a procedure for that, but to
Right.
grant the business application, I don't know how you set conditions like that would go unspoken in a normal situation. Every business that rents space, the understanding is they will have control over their patrons and their the business community that they serve. Could there be instances where things get out of hand? Yeah, sure.
If I may, Mr. Council President here, typically when these go before the council, they're either all in or nothing. very, very few times are conditions attached, because as you stated, if a situation develops where this becomes a problem, those issues are brought before the council, and the council always retains the right to pull the business registration, and of course, then the business would have a right to a hearing and challenge that. So those procedures are already in place. I don't think you need to put a condition on it. It's already there, basically.
Right, and guys, I misspoke, Council President, I misspoke. I didn't really necessarily mean conditions on this. If an issue arises, if issues arise, I'll come back to you guys and explain everything, bring documentation. If we have to revoke it, we'll revoke it.
There
Okay,
you go.
we just had a business situation similar to this last year.
Yeah, the same area.
And the owner was entitled to a hearing, so on and so forth. So there is a due process set up, and we just have to go through the motions should that need occur. That's all.
Very good.
All right, anyone else on that one? The next application is Evelio Trujillo doing business as Just Plan On It, event planning, design, decorating, and hosting, 727 Ridge Road. Anyone on that? Everyone seemed to sign off and approve on that one also. All right, there's a line item, a table item that we're looking to remove from the table regarding that communication from Rick Judah, our city attorney, and the approval and the authorizing Mayor Iafallo to sign the agreement between the city of Lackawanna and Small Wireless Communications. Anyone have any questions on that? Yes.
I just want to point something out, Council President. I did speak with Katie Tyler, the engineer individual from Verizon, who's negotiating these agreements throughout the state. And if you'd like to have her present at a work session, I could make that available for the next meeting if you want to leave it tabled for one more meeting, or if you feel comfortable passing it today based on the responses that I gave. Basically, we're approving use of our poles and the rental and the right to use our right of way. Now, if they need to put up other poles, or if they need to do something with somebody else's poles, they still have to make an application, and I think Rich could clarify this, but they still have to make an application to the planning board and get city approval for anything that they're doing when they do start setting up their 5G system. So it still has to come before the planning board.
Are you satisfied with the agreement, Rick? It's to its form and substance?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyone have any issues or questions on that topic?
Are they going to allow other carriers to utilize our poles on our piggyback program? Because then we're going to have to renegotiate everything.
No, this is just strictly Verizon using our poles. It's no one else.
All right. And the other thing is, do we have to renegotiate our contract with Verizon? Because that was a stickler under Mayor Kuriak, and eventually overflowed into Mayor Polanski's term regarding the communications contracts that they were just trying to shove down our throats, and we were resistant, and we were right to do that. So would we have to renegotiate for a better deal for the city, or is this no, sorry, or is this negotiated?
Now, I don't know what you're referring to. I don't know what other agreements we have with Verizon, but this is specifically just for their 5G network. And technically, I think under the Federal Communications Act, they have specific rights, and there's obligations that we have under that act. So once we approve this, we both have to abide by the federal law. And if there's certain time frames and things like that apply, but it's specifically just for this 5G network.
Jeff, are you speaking of the big tower in the park?
No, I'm referring to all. I mean, if we're negotiating or working with a telecommunication company, we have, as far as I'm concerned, probably our contracts are expired. I think they're typically a 10-year contract with these companies, and then it may have been expired under my term as mayor. I'm not sure. It was never really brought up, but now that this is in front of us, it just kind of brought back some memories of some old battles that even I wasn't a part of. But again, it comes down to we still have contracts we have to approve regarding telecommunications. You're right, Rick. There is the FAA has the right to handle the communications side of things with federal law, but we also have rights to negotiate. So I'm not sure if we negotiated it.
This,
Well-
Jeff, I'm painfully familiar with this as well.
Painfully?
Councilman-
Wow.
Yeah, I've had telecommunications cases.
Okay.
So this all arises under the Telecommunications Act of 1996. There was a ruling by the FCC commissioner specifically addressing 5G micro towers, which we're talking about right now. These are all new towers. Unfortunately, he both set in the maximum rate we could charge, gave us a little bit of discretion with regards to physical characteristics of the micro facility, which is also a defined term. What we've done is we've grabbed the maximum amount per pole we can get. This is all new apparatus. When it's not on our pole, on a pre-existing pole, then we've grabbed the maximum amount we can get through a sidewalk easement rent. When it's on our pole, we grab the maximum amount we could get, and we also grab the maximum application fee. Unfortunately, they said things that were per se reasonable inside the FCC commissioner's ruling of about 2 years ago. And that was one of the things we had to work with.
Very good. Good. It's good to hear. And thanks for negotiating for maximum money there, Rick.
Yeah.
I'm fairly sure it was Richard Stanton, Mike Risman who was negotiating that for the municipalities with
Right.
Yep.
Yep, that was the rent on the water. Yep, I know what that is. Okay. Yep. It went up, it went to the appellate division. It went up to the appellate division about 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay, very good. No more questions then.
So as far as the council members are concerned, is it your desire that we remove this from the table and authorize the signatures? Or do you, like Mr. Judas suggested, not suggested, but made us aware of another option, and that is table this and have the speaker from the agency come and speak to us in a work session? Any feelings on that, one way or the other? Should we pass it or table it?
This is Kevin Sirdike.
Yes, sir.
I'm comfortable with it. I read the agreement and like I asked Rick the last time, we're getting the maximum money we can get. And it's all reviewable by the planning board. That's a big thing. I know one thing I took out of the one seminar I went to was the metering. They put electric meters on there or something, and they were complaining some of the meters, instead of putting them on the poles, they were putting them next to the poles, and there was some vandalism there. I would suggest that during the planning process that they put the meters on the poles up out of reach of the public. That's the only thing I took out of it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else? All right. We have a waiver of the rules request from Mayor Iafallo. It looks like the city assessor is stepping down currently and to be replaced by a prospective new assessor with apparently very good and solid credentials. So there's a request for a waiver of the rules and consideration of waiving the residency requirement regarding the hire of this new assessor. Anyone have any comments or questions on that? Either waiving the rules or approving the waiver of the residency requirement.
I don't have a problem. I spoke to the mayor today. Chuck, you can confirm, I'm sure, but we did advertise this in a paper. We did properly solicit for this position. So this is not the first anyone's heard of it. You know, this has been done through the proper channels. Is that correct?
That is correct.
I'm good.
All right. That pretty much covers the agenda. Since we have about 5 minutes before the regular meeting, there is something I'd like to bring to everyone's attention based on my experience, and this might be the more appropriate time. I wanted to take a minute here to share a few brief observances regarding the development progress being made in the city of Lackawanna. On Thursday, October 28th, I was fortunate enough to be invited to the groundbreaking ceremony at Renaissance Commerce Park for the new project led by Uniland Development. For those in the public who are not familiar with Renaissance Commerce Park, this is the new county-run commerce park located at 240 redeveloped located on 240 redeveloped acres of the former Bethlehem Steel site. The first observation relates to the incredible progress being made on and near the former plant site to bring new businesses and jobs to Lackawanna. Within the Renaissance Commerce Park, there are now 3 large active development projects, 1 completed and 2 underway. And directly across Route 5 is another completed project and a newly announced project that will begin shortly. Together, these projects will bring several $1 million in new tax revenue for Lackawanna in the coming years and hundreds of new jobs. In addition, work is underway to provide public recreation access to the Bethlehem site, plant site in the form of an extended bike path to Woodlawn Beach. This is all great news for Lackawanna. The second observation relates to the many great working partnerships Lackawanna has available for moving our development progress forward. These include multiple levels of government, various development and construction partners, utility industry, and the local media, among others. I was very impressed by how our city was recognized and embraced by these partners during the Uniland event. This recognition spoke volumes about the development progress currently happening in the city of Lackawanna and the people we have leading these efforts. My congratulations to Mayor Ifalo and her teams for leading these efforts, and to our partners for their support. And to that end, most of the speakers lauded Mayor Ifalo, lauded Richard Stanton as being integral parts to this new renaissance and this new redevelopment. And we should all be proud of their efforts. But most significantly, and this is the real reason I'm bringing all this up in a convoluted way, is we created a new position in the city in the form of a public informations officer. And having been new to the development site myself, I had a chance to stand back and watch the goings on, so to speak. And I will tell you the most impressive part that affected me was how our Chuck Clark maneuvered in his way in and out and around not only the public officials from the state, county, and local levels, but also the news media, which, as many of us can attest here, having held other office, it's not an easy minefield to negotiate and to navigate. So the money, in my opinion, the money we spent on bringing on board Chuck Clark was well spent. And Chuck, I can't tell you how proud I am of how you handled that particular event on behalf of not only yourself professionally, but for the city of Lackawanna. So thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Council President. I appreciate your kind words, and thanks to everybody who are just, great partners. I said this at the event, and I'll say this to you again. Marketing and communications are fun when you have a great product and great partners. So the job is a reflection of everybody's inputs, and thank you for the part I played in it.
Well, it certainly is not only a Renaissance Park, Commerce Park, but a Renaissance apparently in the city of Lackawanna, given the opportunities that are now coming available. All right, with that said, unless there's an objection, we can move into the regular meeting. I would like to call to order the November 8th, 2021 Lackawanna City Council meeting to order. I would ask we all rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to
Allegiance
the
to the
flag
flag
of
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible,
with
with
liberty and
liberty
justice
and
for all.
justice for all.
Thank you. Mr. City Clerk, would you take the roll, please?
Absolutely. A reminder, this meeting is being recorded. Roll call, council. Ingram,
Here.
Samansky,
Here,
Moretti,
Here.
Sirdike,
Here.
Morano,
Here.
department heads, law,
Here,
development,
Here.
public works,
Here.
safety,
Here.
controller,
Here,
recreation,
Here.
public information.
Here.
And Chuck, I want to commend you on that fine piece that you had the council president read on your behalf. Outstanding work.
Hey, Jeff, I thanked him already.
Very
I
good.
appreciate you covering my tracks.
I
I'll keep you
I
in
won't
mind
take
the
any
next time I
credit
have a
for,
chance to, next time I have a chance to embarrass you too. Thank you.
yeah,
Mr.
I won't
City
take any
Clerk.
credit for it, Jeff. That's all council president.
Outstanding. All right, hearings from citizens. We haven't received any as of the deadline on Wednesday of last week. So we can move on to the approval of the minutes of the regular meeting of October 25th, 2021.
Morano moves to adopt the minutes of the regular meeting of October 25th, 2021 is written.
Already
second.
second.
Okay, yep.
I have a motion by Morano, second by Moretti to adopt the minutes of the regular meeting of October 25th, 2021 as written. Ingram,
Yes.
Yes,
Samansky, Moretti,
Yes.
Sirdike,
Yes.
Morano.
Yes.
Carried 5-0. Departmental reports. There's only one from the city of controller.
Morano moves to receive and file department report number 1.
Ingram
second.
Motion by Morano, second by Ingram to receive and file departmental report number 1. Ingram,
Yes.
Samansky,
Yes,
Moretti,
Yes.
Sirdike,
Yes.
Morano.
Yes.
Carried 5-0. Communications from division department heads. Number 2, city clerk requests the city council approve the appointment of Susan Brockenshire, 146 Millhurst Road, Lackawanna, to the appointment of bingo inspector at an annual salary of $1,500, term to expire December 31st, 2024.
move to approve.
Already second.
Sorry, Dean, you're right. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done. You should have made the motion. I withdraw.
You want to make the motion, Moretti?
Yeah,
Sure.
So I have a motion by Moretti, second by Samansky to approve the request. Ingram,
Yes.
Samansky,
yes,
Moretti,
Yes.
Sirdike,
Yes.
Morano.
Yes.
Carried 5-0. Number 3, city attorney requests the city council approve the attached easement regarding Gardenville Dunkirk 141-142 transmission rebuild project. Complete agreement on file in the city clerk's office.
Morano moves to approve request.
Ingram
Second.
second.
Sirdike.
Motion by Morano, second by Sirdike to approve request. Ingram,
Yes.
Samansky,
yes,
Moretti,
Yes.
Sirdike,
Yes.
Morano.
Yes.
Carried 5-0. Number 4, city attorney requests the city council approve and authorize the mayor to sign the attached agreement between the city of Lackawanna and the unified court system. Complete agreement on file in the city clerk's office.
Morano moves to approve request.
Ingram
second.
second.
Motion by Morano, second by Ingram to approve request. Ingram,
Yes.
Samansky,
Yes,
Moretti,
Yes.
Sirdike,
Yes.
Morano.
Yes.
Carried 5-0. Number 5, DPW commissioner requests the city council approve the attached ordinance approving the purchase of 117 95-gallon totes in the amount of $9,890.90.
Morano moves to receive and file act on ordinance.
Already
Second.
second.
Is that Samansky or Moretti on that second?
Moretti,
So I have a motion by Morano, second by Moretti to receive and file act on ordinance. Ingram,
Yes.
Samansky,
yes,
Moretti,
Yes.
Sirdike,
Yes.
Morano.
yes,
Carried 5-0. The ordinance amending the 2021-2022 budget ordinance adopted May 18, 2021 by increasing the budget code for garbage and refuse garbage totes by $9,890.90 and decreasing the appropriated fund balance special revenue fund by $9,890.90.
Morano moves to adopt ordinance as written.
Moretti second.
Motion by Morano, second by Moretti to adopt ordinance as written. Ingram,
yes,
Samansky,
Yes.
Moretti,
Yes.
Sirdike,
Yes.
Morano.
Yes,
Carried 5-0. Business registrations. Antrifa R. Huff, doing business as Your Decoration Destination, which is event planning, design, and decorating located at 2741C South Park Avenue.
Morano moves to approve business registration.
Ingram second,
Motion by Morano, second by Ingram to approve business registration. Ingram,
yes,
Samansky,
No.
Moretti,
Yes.
Sirdike,
Yes.
Morano.
Yes,
Carried 4-1. Ivalesi Trujillo, doing business as Just Plan On It, event planning, design, decorating, and hosting, 727 Ridge Road.
Morano moves to approve business registration.
Second. Samansky.
Motion by Morano, second by Samansky to approve business registration. Ingram,
yes,
Samansky,
Yes.
Moretti,
Yes.
Sirdike,
Yes.
Morano.
Yes,
Carried 5-0. Tabled items. We had a communication number 9 from the October 25th, 2021 meeting regarding a contract between Small Wireless Communications and the city of Lackawanna. It was tabled pending further information from the city attorney. We did receive a written opinion from the city attorney. It was provided to all council members for their review. So I need a motion to remove the table item and act on same.
Morano seconds.
Who's the motion?
Me, Samansky. I just said so moved, so.
Okay, so we have a motion by Samansky, second by Morano to remove the tabled communication number 9 from the regular meeting of October 25th, 2021 and act on same. Ingram,
yes,
Samansky,
Yes.
Moretti,
Yes.
Sirdike,
Yes.
Morano.
Yes,
Carried 5-0. The city attorney requests city council approve the contract between the city of Lackawanna and Small Wireless Communications.
Morano moves to approve request.
Ingram second,
Motion by Morano, second by Ingram to approve request. Ingram,
yes,
Samansky,
Yes.
Moretti,
Yes.
Sirdike,
Yes.
Morano.
Yes,
Carried 5-0. As the council president alluded to earlier, we have a request by Mayor Iafallo to waive the rules, so I need a motion to waive the rules.
Morano moves to waive the rules.
Moretti second.
Motion by Morano, second by Moretti to waive the rules. Ingram,
yes,
Mansky,
Yes.
Moretti,
Yes.
Sirdike,
Yes.
Morano.
Yes,
Carried 5-0. Mayor Iafallo requests the city council waive the residency requirement for Deborah Skulsky Wakelum to be appointed city assessor per section 5-38 of the city charter. Each officer and employee of the city during a period of his or her employment is to maintain his or her residence within the corporate limits of the city. As you know, the shortage of qualified department heads within the city limits has led to a previous request for the same waiver.
Morano moves to receive and file act on resolution.
Ingram second,
So I have a motion by Morano, second by Ingram to receive and file act on resolution. Ingram,
yes,
Samansky,
Yes.
Ready,
Yes.
Sirdike,
Yes.
Morano.
Yes,
Carried 5-0. The resolution, whereas Mayor Iafallo is appointing Deborah Skulsky Wakelum to the position of city assessor effective November 10th, 2021, and whereas the city council is empowered to waive the residency requirement pursuant to chapter 5-38 of the municipal code of the city of Lackawanna, the residency requirement for Deborah Skulsky Wakelum, city assessor, be and the same is hereby waived.
Morano moves to adopt resolution as written.
Moretti second.
Motion by Morano, second by Moretti to adopt resolution is written. Ingram,
yes,
Samansky,
Yes.
Moretti,
Yes.
Sirdike,
Yes.
Morano.
Yes,
Carried 5-0. Old business, Mr. Council President.
Anyone wish to bring any items up at this time?
Yes, I have a couple of things. The gas station, I see, they're working on pretty good. Am I right, Mr. Stanton?
Yes, they pulled electrical and plumbing permits. Plumbing is what you're seeing going on right now. They've been fairly busy. There's been daily inspections out there. A little enforcement activity, but there is progress being made.
Also, Tony? Is Tony still there with us?
Yes, go ahead.
Across the street, the bus stop sign is, I guess somebody hit it and it's tore down. I thought they was coming to fix it. Do we have to call the NFTA to so they can put that sign back up?
Yeah, we can't touch any of their signs or properties. I'll make a call in the morning to have them come and fix it.
And Judge, Saturday, I had the pleasure of walking in the Veteran Parade. It was like 3.5 mile walk. I resent all y'all because y'all should have been there with me. But it was a beautiful event. It was held to Botanical Garden. It was a great walking with the colonels and the rest of the military people. It was an honor to represent Lackawanna. I was really touched to be able to do it.
And Councilman Ingram, we appreciate your representing the city of Lackawanna. Thank you.
And the last thing I said, I would like to close out, when we close in honor of Clifton Miles. He wasn't no politician or he wasn't no thing, but he was a good Lackawanna citizen who strived best to work in his community. Judge, you know him, just know, was a good man. So
Yeah.
I'd like to close in honor of Clifton Miles.
Are you making a motion to adjourn and?
Well, I've got some, yeah, so before we adjourn, remember Clifton Miles.
Okay, so we'll add, and maybe the rest of the council can join in and et al.
Yep.
Second,
Okay.
Mayor.
I just wanted to congratulate Elmira Muflahi, Dean Moretti, and Carl Anderson in their recent election. You know, the keys of the city are now yours, and just, you know, wish you all the best. You asked for public service, and it's the highest honor you can do is to serve your city. So I just want to say congratulations to the three of you. John, you came up short, but it's, you know, I'm sure you're not done serving the city as well. So, but I just wanted to say to those three, congratulations.
Thank you so much. And to that end, I would like to make a motion to adjourn in the memory of Clifton Miles and his family.
Et al.
Et al. Is a second.
All right, so I have a motion by Morano, a second by et al. To adjourn the meeting in memory of Clifton Miles and his family. Ingram,
Yes.
Samansky,
Yes.
Moretti,
Yes.
Sirleik,
Yes.
Morano.
Yes.
All right, thanks, everybody.
All right. Have a good night. Thank you, everyone.
Good evening.
Take care.